Get ready.
Well, hey there, Jedi, Sith, and everyone in between. This week, we had the finale of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and, well, it was an emotional ride. So, let's just head on over into to my camera here, which is not actually on at the moment. There we are. Oh, I haven't. There we are. Sorry, I just quickly put all this together, but I didn't check the camera angles. So yeah, let's have a chat about Obi-Wan, the finale, which aired on Wednesday, and what a ride. This review will have spoilers from the outset. The chat, if people come in and start chatting, will have lots of spoilers as well, so just to warn you there. Let me just move this a little bit a second. There we go. Right. So, what happened in the episode? We have the next conflict between Vader and Obi-Wan, and let's have a good old chat about that fight scene. It was great because you could still see that Obi-Wan was fearing fighting Vader, fighting Anakin, his friend, his student, somebody he's seen grow from 10 years up to adulthood, and somebody he thought he killed. So he did have that massive fight. Now, this would be the last fight in between now and A New Hope, so you don't get to see them. And in the fight scene, you do see that he's reconnected with the Force, and actually Anakin says about that as well. And what I thought was great was seeing different kinds of powers being used. It's like we've seen them before, but not these characters using that kind of power. It's like we've seen in the games and things that Vader only uses one hand whilst fencing and fighting with the lightsaber, but you didn't really see that in the movies so much. It's like you see bits and pieces, but this one he is constantly thinking. But then in this fight scene, you see him using two hands. So then it's like he's concentrating on fighting and things, because Obi-Wan is like proper wham straight in there. And what I loved about it is it wasn't all of a sudden Obi-Wan, yeah, you can come in and kill him straight away. It wasn't that straight away, which is pretty cool, I thought. And you can see that he's still got that doubt in his face and things. But once Anakin's cockiness again, it's like when it's like he couldn't defeat, and he was like, "Oh no, how could you have defeated me?" And blah blah blah, whatever he says. But I thought that was really cool, and that Obi-Wan is using the Force to stop all these boulders coming on top of him, and that's I thought that's great, because like you always see poor Obi-Wan as well has been pinned a few times, so it's good to see him like holding off these objects from him, and then he does manage to burst out. He does a Force repulse and pushes it all out. So that's cool to see a Force repulse on the big screen and things, not on a computer game and things. And I liked the fight when he then started pelting rocks towards Vader, and I thought that was absolutely amazing work, because it shows why he is such a great Jedi, and this is what he should have been in the prequel trilogy as well. He should have had more of these Force abilities, in my opinion. And he was just pelting Vader, and he couldn't get out of it. And the fact is, he could have killed Vader in the last part of that fight scene, whereas because he was bashing his little box on his chest several times. He knew, it was like, well, if I disable that, then he can't breathe. So he's just constantly hitting, and you could hear Vader's like voice and things like the vertebrae they're going on there. But if you just sliced it up with the lightsaber, they would have been gone. And you get to see then how in Return of the Jedi, you see marks on his head and on his cheek where Obi-Wan slices up the the mask, the helmet, and that's actually a lightsaber blow from Obi-Wan. Now, why he didn't kill him there and then, we never know. But then it would be a massive continuity issue with the rest of it. But it was great to see that fight. You could get to see how Anakin got those scars underneath his Vader helmet, and Piotr says, "Hi, sorry, but this time I can't chat with you today. Sorry, I'm busy." That's fine, Piotr. Pop along and pop some comments down, and we'll have a chat in the comments later. But yeah, it's like it was amazing because it's the first time Obi-Wan then says that Anakin's dead, and he calls him Darth. Doesn't call him Vader, because in A New Hope he says, "Only a master of evil, Darth." So he doesn't say "Only a master of evil, Vader," because Darth is like a title, not a name. But Obi-Wan then calls him Darth, which I thought was so cool. And that's all. It's like, this whole episode is that fight scene for me. I do have an issue that he did fight him, because I thought in A New Hope he says last time you were the master, but now I am the master. It's like only a master of evil, Darth. And I always thought that was referring to the Revenge of the Sith battle. But I think it's clear to see that Vader is still seeing Obi-Wan as his master, and he wants to best him. He lost in Revenge of the Sith. He beat him on that first initial fight, but then he managed to get away, so didn't fully defeat him. So now this was a showdown of who is stronger, Vader or Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan did best him then towards the end. So in A New Hope, he is still saying it's like going, "Oh, I'm the master now because I've learned so much about the Force," whereas I think he is pretty formidable in this series. So that's, I do love that. The one bit of continuity that I do have an issue with in this is that Leia knows that Ben is Obi-Wan. So obviously in A New Hope, you've got her like in the message looking for Obi-Wan. It's like saying, it's like, "Oh, you fought with my father in the Clone Wars," and yada yada yada. So it would have been nice if she didn't know who Obi-Wan was, who knew what Ben was, but not Obi-Wan. And obviously you don't really get that sense in A New Hope that Leia and Ben had met before. So that was a little bit of continuity issue there for me, but does not spoil it at all. I thought she was a great actress at playing Leia, really feisty and witty and brave, and yeah, and she just reminds you of Leia, which is what it needed to be. The kid for Luke seemed a bit timid, really, but we didn't get to see much of him acting. Now, third sister does find Luke, and she does stop from being stops herself from killing Luke, because she could have. And again, the whole continuity would have been screwed but for the rest of the next 6 movies. But yeah, she did. She's repented, and I think we will see her again. Whether we'll see her in Ahsoka or whether there will be an Obi-Wan season 2, which I know Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor really, really want. I thought they were both amazing acting. I have forgotten a point about the fight, which I'll come up to in a moment. But yeah, I just thought that she probably will be back, because they've let her live, and this whole thing now, she's not going to be an Inquisitor. So what is she going to do now? And it'll be interesting to see what kind of path that she goes down, and that is a path I'd like to see. So I would like to see either a spin-off with just her, or whether she becomes a part of another series, or even in the movies, in the new movies that are coming out. It'd be nice to see, but obviously that's in the past, and I think the newer movies is more like from A New Hope time onwards. Well, it's saying that they do have the Republic, the Old Republic series and things coming out as well. So who knows? The world is their oyster. The universe is their oyster, really. But yeah, going back to the fight and with Vader and his voice, when the mask comes up, you can hear Hayden Christensen's voice, you can hear Anakin's voice, and it was so that was a really powerful and emotive scene, and they did that extremely well, I thought. Yeah, fantastic, absolutely great job. You do get to hear a lot of the older tunes and things in there then, but I still would have liked to have heard a little bit of the Battle of the Heroes in there, especially in that fight scene. It was just like a nod to it, but you do have like Obi-Wan theme and things like that. So the music was more prominent in this episode. I thought it wasn't just more subtle background Star Wars-y type music. So yeah, did I enjoy this series? Yes, I really did. Was it what I expected? Not at all. I didn't know really what I was expecting, but it was a great ride. It was a great journey, and because I always loved Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan. I thought he was great. The acting in episode 2 and 3 could have been better with him, but I think that's because of the dialogue and the direction, the directing going on there. So I think if Ewan McGregor was an executive producer or had more input back then, I think he would have had a much better role, and if he was directed by someone else, not George Lucas. Sorry, George. So you got made a great universe, but yeah, I'm not going to go on into that. Anyways, I want more of it. Do I want a season 2? I'm not too sure what it could be. And yeah, I really don't know what it could be. But I didn't know what this was going to be really either. So I think I would enjoy another one if they don't go too far. But there was a lot of spec because I didn't watch it straight away on Wednesday. I had to watch it in the evening. And I did see a few little things, but I didn't see any major spoilers, but I did see a few things hinting towards things, and they were saying that the massive cameo appearance, blah, 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 and I was waiting for it, who's it going to be, and then it's right at the end, where Qui-Gon appears as a Force ghost, and I thought, well, yeah, that's pretty obvious that Qui-Gon was going to be a Force ghost, because you see him from the start. It's like from the start, Obi-Wan is trying to commune with him. So if we didn't, then that would have been a pointless bit in from the start of the whole series. So I wasn't like he didn't really add any insight really to it. It was just like, I've been waiting for you a while. Come on, and that was it. So it's like okay, and the Emperor appears as well on there, which is pretty standard. So cameo wasn't really wowed by it, but there we go, guys. I absolutely loved it. Finale, I'm gonna give it I'm gonna give it a 9. I am gonna give it a 9. Yeah, 9 out of 10. Absolutely loved it, and I love the series. The series is a good 8, I say, out of 10. So you did have 2 episodes that I thought were a 9 out of 10, and then the others were a bit down a little bit more, but still it was a great story. And that's all I'm about, is about the continuing story and things on there. But yeah, I absolutely love it. I probably will watch it again sometime. So yeah, happy days. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, we have released our next Disney Parks video. Please do check it out. It's all about helping plan your trip to Disney World, and it just shows our excitement as well, and I want to share our excitement with us going there with you guys. And when I'm out there, it's like, if you got any questions that you want, I will find out the answers when I'm there, and I might do a live when we're out there, but we're gonna have lots of content coming back, especially with Galaxy's Edge. I cannot wait to go to Galaxy's Edge. I will be filming myself making a lightsaber. Fingers crossed I can book a place to build my own lightsaber, and I can't wait for all that experience. And if you guys got any questions specifically about any of the Star Wars stuff or any of the Marvel editions, because obviously we don't have a Marvel's campus at Disney World, any Marvel editions like Guardians of the Galaxy, the Tron roller coaster, I know that's not Marvel, but still it's Disney, just let me know and I'll get those there for you. So please do check out the Disney Park video today. There'll be another one out next week, and it will be every single first Saturday of the month. So that is it, guys. That is absolutely it, and I can't wait. Andor is the next Star Wars series to come out, so I will try and do some reviews of that as well. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the whole series of Obi-Wan. Was there anything that they could have changed? Is there anything that you really loved about it? I want to know everything. Pop them in the comments down below. But I will see you guys next time. Bye.